Today is the 4th of October. It's 14 degrees, feels like 11. It's 14:48, and in a lot of minutes time the rain is going away and the sun's going to come out. The rain was lashing there 10 minutes ago, and there is wee rays of sunshine coming out. Storm Amy arrived yesterday at 3 o'clock. Storm Amy was an amber warning. The last big storm we had, the red one, was last January, did a lot of damage. But the thing about the last storm, because the country was in lockdown, the government put a message out on everybody's phone to remain at home. All businesses closed, so there was far more trees down the last time. You know, a road would have been blocked, maybe with not one tree, but maybe blocked with 10 trees. But there's nobody on it, so it didn't really matter. And they're still haven't cleared up from that last storm. There's still lots of forest parks now, never recovered. Took them a week or more to clear the roads. But this storm is an amber one. But the difference in this one is the leaves are still on the trees. It's the worst storm I've had in October, as far as I know, in some length of time. And this time it's only amber, so nothing is in lockdown. People are still going to work, which makes it more dangerous, because might only be one tree falling down on a local road, but they're all over the place. A man was killed in Letterkenny. And that's the thing about it, just because it's not a red doesn't mean you can't get killed. Wrong place, wrong time. But I'll tell you why I'm down here now. I was at the Apprentice Boys Parade this morning, and I watched a wee bit of the Palestine thing. This is my new toy I'm going to try out. So there's a few trees down here from the last storm, and there's a wee chainsaw I got in Lidl. I've only got 2 batteries with me. I have a big enormous battery. That's the way to carry it. So I'm trying here now. I have it under my arm like so. Can I go for a walk? Like if I cut down a wee twig in here now that's blocking a path, my walk could be an hour and a half long. I meant to bring a rucksack in the hall, but forgot all about it. And this is going to dry up now, isn't a good time to try it. And it's not going to do big trees, but a lot of these paths get closed off by wee knick-knack things. And the paths I walk with Luna aren't official footpaths. You see other doggy people out here walking in the grass. I'm going into them trees, and that's where I prefer going with Luna. I do both, but you start off going among the trees, and rain's never as bad when you're in trees. There might be maybe 1 or 2 left from last year, from last January, but there could be fresh ones down. If the fresh ones down today, I can clear it. Now, I'm not a fan of chainsaws, because it's the one tool that will just rip your leg off. Like, there's no safety thing with a chainsaw. But this one here's got a wee safety guard on it. You know what I mean? Like, wee safety guard on it. And it's meant for pruning. And I don't think it's 20 volt. I don't think it has the power to kick back or nothing like that. I don't know. I tried it out on a wee bit of a tree I cut down years ago in my garden, and it keeps wanting to grow. It's in the wrong place, and I went through it alright. And the thing I noticed about it, even if it's not big enough to go through, it doesn't jam or nothing. You can go halfway through one side and go halfway through the other side, so it's quite handy. So there's a wee path I go on here now. That's the original boundary of the hospital. I don't know who owns this land over here now, because say the Ford Bridge is over there, so I'd imagine the DOE own all that now. So if I see like that there, I wonder, can I cut that? Could I cut that there? I don't think that was there before. I might be pushing it. You see, the thing is, I could cut that and block the path off even more. I might leave that one there. So I don't mind a tree being down that you step over. It stops bicycles and all that. But it's ones that block the path off altogether. That is dodgy, you know. That's the only thing that's holding that up. So that's I don't know. I don't remember walking underneath that, I don't know. That might be fresh there. But I say it's, I don't know, boys. You know, that there could fall, you know. I see the weight of it is wedged up against that tree there. That's roots I'm pulling there. You see, I could cut that in the fall and tap me, like. It'd be interesting to try it, wouldn't it, like? Because it is dangerous, like. That is dangerous there. Look at it shaking with the wind. Dangerous. You know how I'm cutting the foul top of Luna. But see, the thing about a chainsaw now, if I cut that down there now, because of the way it's bending, it wants to tighten against the saw. I need to go up the ways. So if it breaks, it falls. And then that's what comes down, hits my leg and cuts my leg off, you see. That's why you need the guard. This wee one might just do it here. But I think if I'm going to leave that one today now. If I've battery left at the end of the day, I might give it a go. But when that falls, it's going to make a bigger barrier to cross. But it is a wee bit unsafe as it sits. Maybe we should give it a wee go. There's a tiniest wee bit hanging on there. I don't know. It's on the knife, you see, but once I go on the knife, it's going to fall, jam my saw. So I'm trying to think how do I cut that by jamming the saw. See, cutting trees is not easy as you think, is it? It's just a wee bit in the middle sort of catching it. Oh, I'll see. Just jamming on something. There's something jamming my wee blade. Just not a very good start there, is it? In all fairness, you pushed the oil of the chain. I did not bring the oil with me. Might have WD-40 in the car. Just jamming now. The wee chain needs oil or something. So what has happened, you meant to oil it before you use it. There's no bearings or nothing in there. Wee bits of wood were getting in there and jamming it. So that's why you must have to oil it. It comes with a bottle of oil. So bits of dust get in there. But I'm surprised how much battery power is still left. She is virtually through that tree. But the problem I'm having is it's just a wee bit in the middle. I don't want the tree to follow me as it cuts through. So it's my inexperience is the problem now. I think I'm still going to the top. I'm going down and letting it fall. She's more or less through there, you know. The tree. Look at that there, boys. Look at that. Could have killed somebody. Could have killed somebody. There's actually a couple of trees there. Gee, I've made it worse now. Oh, now I blocked the path off. I could have saved somebody's life. I bet it got worse, Lidl. There was a tree on top of a tree here. So I thought I was cutting down one tree, I was cutting down two. The thing is, I do think I need to get away from that before doing anything else. I'll finish this wee loop off and then I'll do it like that, I am impressed with that because I need oil. Oh. So we're going to see if we see any more now. I'll do this wee loop here. I'll go back to the car and then I'll drive the car down to the big bit with the big trees down. I'm going to clear the trees in the big bit. Before I leave this is what I cut. So there's the size I cut there. I say you sort of see a cut. I've probably cut 3 cuts in that. You cut halfway in, cut the other half and then see how wide it is, how deep it is. Where it's been cut twice. Because say you don't want the tree to come down and jam it. And I had to cut through these things. I'm impressed. You can see that side there is cut, that shows up even better. What I cut through. Well, it's not mahogany like, it's not reinforced. But we'll go down, I said we'll do the rest of this wee walk now and then I'll go back to the car and I'll drive down to the other part. And get this. I think you need to have an oil can with you. Now that I've seen the way the dust catches in it. See, I walk here in the dark and all. You need to clear the heck of them too there. It's blurred down a lot of these outsides, and it's very uncomfortable walking in them there. It's weird walking all these things under your feet. Very, very prickly. But there's big balls of them. The ground is covered in them. So we're back out now under the Gransha grounds again, and then in fact this part of the path was blocked off the last time. That's where all the joggers go. I used to walk down along here, but part of that's got blocked off, and it's never mucky. Over there it gets mucky. Never gets mucky here because there's a drop over there and it's well drained. Well, part of this here went down along the fence and got blocked. I don't think I'll be clip with my wee saw. I said, it's all right for cutting up, but you've got to drag the thing away then. And that's where the problem comes. Somebody with a chainsaw will cut it into foot sections where they can easily lift it, because they're using petrol, they don't care. But the 120 volt battery, I don't know how many cuts she's going to do. So originally the path would have went down here. If I remember rightly, that tree fell down there. So that's the way I would have walked along here. So that tree fell during the last storm. But like that's a hassle to clear, it's all twigs. But what happens, the tree falls down and people stop walking it, then your wee path disappears. So this is the path would have been here, and there's the other one that's on it then. But people just walk around it now, like. Right, just one away, Lena. But now I've got this wee saw. Each time I can come down, I can cut a wee branch, and I can reopen all them. So I don't need to open them today because it's not blocking the route. But I will do it and get back to the original wee path. It's nicer in here, like, than out in the open grass. And so we're in here then, and there's a big one down. So to clear the lake of there, you need to get the branches cut off first, so you can get at the trunk. It's a lot of work. I say, no real need to do something. I would never cut down a healthy tree. I'd always walk around one. So the next wee path now is just down at Austell over here, just off the left. And when I get to here, I always call it. I see the habit of going down trees in front. So this is our rendezvous point here. Lena! So I always call her to make sure she knows I'm going in here. Lena! Well, Lena! There she is. One night we're going down this wee way, pet. Like, she'll disappear again. It doesn't matter as long as she knows where I am. And before I get to the end of this, she'll be back with me. But she likes to do a bit of zigzagging. So it's mainly every wood. I want to use this in every wood. The wee path in every wood is virtually impossible. I just about pass it. Other people have stopped using it altogether. And I want to get that reopened. So that's the main reason I'm buying the saw. I say I like it these. There's a big tree down. I like it these. Even if it's trees down, you can always walk around it. Every wood's sort of blocked off. No way my wee saw's going to cut that there, boys. There's two of them down there. Even if you were able to cut that with a saw, you wouldn't really move the log after. But that's alright, we can walk around here. It makes you wonder, how did they stand up in that storm in January and then came down yesterday? Oh, you see the Loch Four is out there. Depends what way the wind comes. See that, boys? Just fell down there now. I'll turn off this mic here and you can hear the wind blowing all around the place. Sounds like the camera. I love walking on a windy day. Just love it. This is my favourite type of weather. You can wear a coat with pockets on it. You're not sweltered. Love the autumn. Well, behind it for this here is the neck strap. I'm more or less carrying that. You know where you get a strap for a gun? And that can sit underneath your arm like that if you're walking. If it had a strap, shoulder strap, I put it around my neck to go to school bag. And I could see me being able to walk 2 hours with that if I had a strap on it. So I might look see if I got a wee strap attachment for it. And that's just lovely there on that. There was an them cars there, I don't know what they're missing. Playing back and forward there with the heaters on and the radios playing, they don't know what they're missing. Oh, look at this. Does this need a chainsaw here, boys, or does it need dragged? I think a wee chainsaw would make it easier to drag, you know. Nah, I'll probably drag it. Oh, I don't know now. She's ways done there. Ways done. I'll give it a wee prune, I reckon. We'll get it right. See, whenever the way the tree falls on it, that's just wants to jam then, you see. Oh, look, she's jammed there, boys, she's jammed. Oh, it's going to break the blade, it's going to break the blade. She's jammed on me. Fuck's sake, boys. It's going to take 2 hands for this. There's limitations here, boys. Maybe I should have kept it. I wouldn't even bother trying to start up on that. How do we get this? See, I'm new to chainsaws, I'll tell you. Why is she jamming? Why is she jamming? I can't figure out why she's jamming. She's got a tight grip onto that. You lower it down to release it. You lift it up to release it. What way to bend it to release? You're going to have to bend it somewhere for it to release. It's going to take 2 hands. Got that shifted. See, I'm new to chainsaws. I just don't. It's a bit like handing an outbrush to somebody who paints houses. Doesn't mean they're going to do a Picasso. But so what it does, I'm not quite sure. There's a wee pin inside there, we'll show later, and it moves. But there's a wee bit of, see how far that chain's off? There's a wee bit of doubt getting into them runners there. And so she's able to extend back and forward slightly should things like that happen. So twigs are always harder than it does for a tree. So we'll look for another tree. Look at that there now. Is that not safer walking through there? I've got dirt on my lens. Now I just noticed that piece of wood up there looks a bit dodgy. She's hanging by a thread. But it's not going to harm anybody. That's why I splintered off the tree. Now I could cut it and push this out, but it's leaning towards me. So as soon as I cut that, it's going to fall towards me like. I have to hold it with it, but I don't know what width's in that. So I don't think it's important. I can leave it there. I can't see it falling on anybody. And if it does, it won't block the path, so I'll leave it. No. I always say to Luna about not going to vets on the weekend. I had to try and avoid the hospital myself for the weekend. You go to that A&E, you've been there ages. No. Well, that nice wee open path there now. If everybody does a little, everybody's got little to do. The wee dog walkers walking down here now tomorrow and think, you know what, there's been no damage here at all. There's the wee seeds there. That's like chestnuts. That's all chestnuts lying down there. See anybody wants chestnuts? Easy got now, I'll tell you. Look at that there. Wayne's Paradise. See, if I was a Wayne, they're not very big, like. All fairness, they didn't want to drop yet. They were forced down off the tree. Plenty of chestnuts and Gransha. They were bigger than that when we were Wayne's. Maybe it's a different type. No, that's not chestnut. Chestnuts don't have spikes. Chestnuts have smooth outside. This was badly damaged last year and somebody else did come with a chainsaw and cleared it. But I used to walk down right to the very end. That's a wee path. You see the two metal bars? Used to be a wee sign on there. Don't know what it was, probably saying danger or something. And that's a shortcut there to the Foyle Bridge. You walk down there, that takes you up the Foyle Bridge. So if I wanted to go now over to Sainsbury's, I could walk under the Foyle Bridge and then across it and back into Gransha grounds. That's the way you're going to come. But I used to go in and walk on down here, and then this bit wasn't cleared as much. But I might be able to clear it today. Let's see how far I get. Not really any point. I would have walked on down the very bottom. I'll say this is close enough here. So I'm going to head back to the car now. I'm going to get the oil for this, and then we'll tackle the big boys down in the woods. There's only a wee tester here. And I'm on a bus right now, aren't I? This could be a wee good conservation tool, this. Just coming back the walk. This is the walk the joggers would do. That used to be all like football pitch and everything, and the Woodland Trust did a world record breaking thing, planting trees. So it used to be all flat open ground, and just left this gap here for joggers. The tree has blocked it. The tree, say that's a big job for even my wee saw. But see, you see, if I was to cut that tree there now, I'd want to leave that overhead and just cut a tunnel through. No need to take the whole thing away. Let it stay as it is. That's nature. Cut a wee tunnel through. If you come back here and at the end of the autumn and the winter, all them leaves will be gone, and it'll be dead handy to see what you have to cut. And then you can cut a wee tunnel through. So that might be a wee project. Somebody might come up with a big chainsaw and do it before I do it. But that might be a wee project we could probably do. Other than that, I'll just walk through here like. But that's no good for joggers coming through here. They ever get the tracksuit bottoms and all cut. You can't have that. Them boys are all timing them. We can't get out now. Them boys are all timing themselves. You see the muck of that trail there? That's the main. When I walk over along the edge, my own wee path, there's no muck. Because we toastals on here. No, it always runs through here. I can see why. It's usually running through here than it does. You can't get out of the edge. Look at this here, boys. Look. There's a wee walk right down the middle. Even this wee walk's quite nice here, you know, right under the trees. Then it always comes in here looking for rabbits, don't you, Pep? When I'm walking along there, she scoots in here. And whenever all the leaves out in the summertime, you better see through that edge. And wee toadstool, wee fungi. All these wee trees here are self-planting, they're self-seeding there. You can guarantee they're probably the wrong variety and they've cut them down. If something grows, it's always the wrong one. If it doesn't grow, it needs funding and management. A little hawthorn. So that's a wee tree there, and that's a broken branch. Hawthorn trees. Those broken branches can be pulled away. And we'll duck underneath the hawthorn. You see, but I got a wee hawthorn now. I couldn't cut that. It's still dead. They're blocking the path. But it's better off to cut a tunnel through the main path. Leave the wee hawthorn alone. Let's see if we get out here now. Brambles, brambles. Back out again. No oil or double D for in the car. There's all the crap of the day in here, you know. All the crap of the day. But if I got oil, nah, I've got gas cylinders, I've got electrical contact cleaner, but no oil. So I'm not going to risk it anymore without oil. I'll take it out tomorrow and I'll bring the wee bottle of oil with me. The proper oil. Come on, get a wee bottle off it, like. I'll give it a good go tomorrow, but I'm going to take her on down now to the trees and down to the big lake. So we'll see if there's any more trees down when we're down there. And then if I know if there's piles down, we'll bring the wee saw down tomorrow. But I want to get every wood down, but say the rivers and floods need with the rain dries up. So we'll dry down a bit now, Luna. And then, because I don't want to do all the walking, we'll get down to the trees. Gransha wood itself. Pull that up. So I'll take a wee walk around today, and any trees or sees in the way, well, next time I come down I'll know where to go with the saw. We'll just do a normal routine now. Pull that down this way. See, I can clear that wee tree there, like. The wee branch. No! Luna goes mad here. No! I'm a walk on me on. We're going this way first. So I'll just tape any devastation that's here. And if there's no devastation, then it won't be a long video. That big tree there, look at that big tree. And the whole pile, just like, why must have fell and smashed others up. You imagine that falling on you there, that big lump of branch there. But the big section over there, and that must belong to that tree, lying way over there. But there's some crash that coming down there. Look at that big splinter there on its own. You make a nice wee garden bench out of that there. Brave weight in that there, you see. That's when you think it doesn't look, I can't move that. Heavy. But some of them there, they can still fall. That is hanging on a wee branch at the end, and that's lying on top of that. So something can be dodgy enough, you know. But if a whole tree falls, it's not as bad. It's a wooden front, Oak Grove, and to go to school up that road. We're coming down past the wee storage place, and down here's the trees I need to clear. Don't need to clear them all, I'm not going to clear the big beastie ones. But I'd like to get back on the original path as much as possible. So we'll go and see if there's any more damage today. So if I had the oil can, I would have tackled a bit of this today. I say I don't want to exhaust myself too, pulling big lumps of trees. So the like of them two big ones in front, there's no way I'm going to shift them. If you were to try and cut them, they're just going to fall on the ground. You need a big chainsaw and cut them into 6-inch blocks. But that doesn't stop me going for a walk, so I don't mind them. What we could do with my wee saw is remove them covered branches. That'll make it easier. Then I could just step over here and walk straight under instead of having to divert round. So you can make it easier, like. Just cut off that wee bit there. And that'll make it nice and easy and get that off the footpath. We could remove these, get that completely away. And I'd even say that saw would remove this. But then again, you need to remove it in pieces. Maybe cut it off here. Cut it. You have to cut that into 3 to get it moved. You could sort of try and cut, you know, probably will try and cut that once there, and then just drag it over to the side. I'm going to try and move that one there, but see, you see now once you cut through that, she's going to want to drop to the ground. And as you always find, you need to always have to keep cutting from the bottom up. Maybe I should be cutting then, you know, a hatchet to do wee triangles. I'm going to experiment, see how it's done. There's even a possibility she might even slide down that ditch a bit once she's cut. So I need to cut her back, maybe cut her back here. If I have some way of propping it up, I forgot a wee card jack or something. Too hard to move. Wee button, if you had somewhere propping it up to take the strain off it, then you just cut from the top, it'd be easier. I'm just glad to learn how to do a chainsaw. And I think these big boys can stay. But I would like to clear all that away there. Instead of walking down there, step over that and get back on the original path. And if you look at it, it's mostly twigs and stuff. There's a couple of bigger trees. I reckon my wee saw would do that. But it's quite a bit to go through. I would get tired doing that. But what I'll probably do, I'll start from the end, where it's easy to pull the bits away. I want to say why not just walk down here, but no, that's not the traditional route. Like, get back up. This is a good wee footpath here, like, never mucky. So there you are there now, look. You could drag that branch away, cut that wee tree. You could cut 2 or 3 of them, and look at this, you know, shove them over there. Go there and down, take a wee walk around the lake with her, come back, cut away another couple. I would say that's possible to clear all that away with my wee saw. I cut a couple of trees down here during the last storm where we handsaw, and then other ones that come along since and cut more away. See, if everybody did a wee bit, yeah, everybody wouldn't have much to do. There's a lovely wee footpath here, so there's a lot of people who would come to Gransha walking dogs and all wouldn't know about this path here. See, it'd be nice to shift that in front there now. That's all the branches, you see. It's not so much cutting the trunk, it's all them branches dragging it away. Quite a lot of branches there. And then see, when you cut that away, she could roll down the banking. The only thing holding that up is that branch there, really. So you cut that away and the rest of it start rolling down, and you have to shift that. But I'd be interested in getting that away there. And that'll be this wee place perfect then. So I don't see any new trees down since the last time. See as we get closer to the end. Quite a lot of branches there, isn't there? Real thick. See, if you just cut 6 inches off the end of that, you'd have bothered trying to move that top corn. Suppose if you would have saw all the wee branches individually, but you'd end up with a mess, wouldn't you? And if you're able to clear it in one go, you could just chuck it down there and stop people walking down there. But if it took a couple of goes, because I get tired easy, if it took a couple of goes, you wouldn't want to start messing that up and not have that clear. Look at that leaf there, you know. Leaf. That's a bit like Japanese knotweed there, you know. That's like Japanese knotweed, but is that coming off the tree? That's part of the tree. So it's not, but looks like it. Can Japanese knotweed grow off an old tree? See that there, it's not that straight. But them ones there is pretty straight there. No, not really. No, it's not Japanese knotweed. We're safe. That wee bit of path got blocked. It'd be nice to open that up again. What happened out there was, this was the footpath here. Was wee badgers were nesting in there. They had the wee burrows in there. And the wee badgers started making that trail. And then the wee badgers disappeared. probably farmers shooting it. And then people started walking it. No badges there now, but the wee holes are still there. And the last time the trees fell down, blocked that off. So it'd be nice to get that open again. I might try and open that first. We'll see what it's like today. Isn't this nice down here? Like, look at that. Aye. There's a tree fell down the lake down here. I'd love to shift that. Because Luna can't really get into the lake with it. It's all out branches and all sticking out all over the place. I must try and get that shifted. Take a look at it. I'm trying to get priority. If this dog's going to pack up, which ones will I want away first? £25 saw, it's got its limitations like. So that one has been on there a couple of years. I don't see any new ones down. A lot of these trees were sort of rotten from the inside, and from down here they all look perfect. On the top, you look down and there's all of them are hollow. See that? Look at that, lovely there. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Look at them wee things, they're so gorgeous. Aye. Isn't nature lovely? They're hiding in there in that tree. Even when the wee tree's dead, look how much life it gives. And you get boys coming along, they get a fallen down tree and they make a table off it. Ah, it was falling down anyway. You let it be and look what happens. And then you get other ones in that cut it up and put in a pile. Oh, wee insects. You never see insects in it. Just leave it as it is, look at that. Plenty of room in there for wee insects and stuff. Look at the life in that tree there. All sorts of things in it. That is lovely in there. A wee toadstool down below. So no new trees down here. So that big one at the very bottom, that came down the last storm in January. And there's bits of it stuck in the lake. So I know where I'm going to cut the tree away, but a couple of... would I not throw you a ball? Sure, I want to play ball here. Luna loves playing ball here. Sparrowhawk. See, I'm on to me bird watching now, I'll tell you. See, once you learn something. So learning the stuff in the beginning, why learning is difficult. Where's the hell we normally play on, Luna? Is that the hell we normally play on? I think it's too far up. It's over here. You normally play down here. I'd put a wee bat in the wood to stop the ball going into the water. And she's like to drop the ball and the ball rolls down and that right there. As she sets it down, it doesn't. As she drops it hard enough, it'll roll down. Luna, up here, up. Luna, come on. Now do it proper. I've got the camera with us today. Look at that. See where she throws it there. See, you think that was an accident? Oh, Luna is learning. The only thing is, if it doesn't roll down, you can't tell it took a second go. Well, my wee Lucy, she would have pushed it with her nose. Don't you like playing fetchy ball? That's one of your favourite games.